The month of September has arrived, folks, and already one team has made the announcement for the squad for the T20 World Cup, which will be held in October. You guessed it right, folks. Defending champions Australia have announced and have become the first team to announce their T20 World Cup squad. This is the same squad that will also tour India on September 20th for 3 T20Is. There's a minor modification for the India tour, but I am going to explain the T20 World Cup squad for Australia. Remember, they had won the 2021 ICC World T20, been in the toughest group. They had South Africa, West Indies, England, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh in that group. Despite all that, they overcame the odds. They won the league stage. They also won against Pakistan and they defeated New Zealand in Dubai in a spectacular performance. So, straight out, what is the 2022 World Cup squad? Aaron Finch will be the captain. David Warner, Steve Smith, Josh Inglis is your reserve wicketkeeper. Matthew Wade, remember 3 sixes of Shaheen Shah Afridi. Mitchell Marsh, Glenn Maxwell, Marcus Stoinis. 3 potent all-rounders, bowling all-round, especially Marsh, Maxwell, Stoinis. Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood, Mitchell Starc, Ashton Agar, Adam Zampa, Kane Richardson. But look at number 8, Tim David. That is the only major change that they have had in this Australia team as they look to defend their World T20 title. Compare this to the 2021 World T20 squad. The core remains intact. The only change from the 2021 World T20 squad is there is no Mitchell Swepson, the leg spinner. Swepson was there for the series against Pakistan, but now he's been sidelined and Tim David makes it into the team. That is the only change, folks, from that core of 2021. Otherwise, Australia's batting and bowling assume a menacing edge. Remember, 2015 World Cup, they won it in their home conditions. Can they become the first nation to win back-to-back World T20 titles? We'll explore that. So as I said, the squad for the India series and the T20 World Cup was announced. There are reports though that David Warner might be rested for the India series and Cameron Green, the all-rounder, might come in. No Mitchell Swepson, as I pointed out. Singapore born, but playing for Australia, Tim David. He's had a phenomenal run in T20 cricket and I'll explain the stats behind his inclusion. There is no Dan Christian, Daniel Sams and Nathan Ellis. Remember, they were the 3 reserve players in that 2021 World T20 squad, but now they are not even in the picture now. There was a claim in the Australian media that perhaps Ben McDermott could have gotten a chance. Remember, he had hit 2 back-to-back hundreds in the Big Bash League. He was also looking in good form, but Ben McDermott does not make it to the team primarily because he only has had 150. That 150 came against Sri Lanka, but otherwise it's been very, very underwhelming. Average of just 15, that was the ultimate killer for Ben McDermott. You just could not get somebody who is so inconsistent in that team. But in his current county stint with Hampshire, he's at 350s. But maybe it's a case of too little, too late. But what about Tim David? He has simply been a sensation when it comes to the T20 format. The numbers, the striking capability and the power hitting that Tim David offered was just too much to ignore. Look at his PSL records, for example. Average of 39, that strike rate 194. Absolutely staggering. In the IPL, you remember, for the Mumbai Indians, Tim David, there was a clamor, why don't they play Tim David more often? Remember, he didn't have a good match on his debut. He dropped a catch and Mumbai Indians lost that match. But since then, he recovered. Average of 31, strike rate 216. In the Big Bash League, in his 2 stints for Perth Scorchers and the Hobart Hurricanes, average of 25, slightly underwhelming, but ever since he came into the Hobart Hurricanes lineup, he has been on a phenomenal trend, averaging 31 in the 10th season of the Big Bash League. Strike rate for Australian conditions, 153. Overall, look at his strike rate in T20s, 164. For batsmen who are coming at number 5 or lower, Tim David's strike rate of 164 is amongst the highest in this. It is a staggering feat. And remember, imagine Tim David, Glenn Maxwell, Mitchell Marsh, Marcus Stoinis. 4 potent batters. Imagine Tim David and Glenn Maxwell together, and if they are in form, opposition bowlers, you better pray and pray hard. Now, this is Australia's T20 World Cup schedule, folks. We all think that October 23 is the opening of the ICC World T20. No, it's Australia who will open their World Cup campaign on October 22 when they take on their trans-Tasman rivals New Zealand at the Sydney Cricket Ground. After that, on October 25, they will play the qualifier again at Perth, at the new stadium in Perth. Remember, there will be a qualifying round in which Sri Lanka and West Indies are also there in that qualifying rounds, by the way. So one of those two, they may play at Perth. October 28, the Ashes rivalry resumes versus England at the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground. And then on October 31st, you'll have another qualifier that will be at the Gabba. And November 4th, the league stages ends against Afghanistan in Adelaide. Big trouble for Australia. Why? Rashid Khan, Adelaide strikers. He's made Adelaide his own. Trouble ahead if you have to look at it. So looking at the squad for 2022, David Warner, there are question marks over Aaron Finch's form. There is also questions on whether Steve Smith is fit for the T20 template that Australia might be playing. Remember, Australia play hard and according to the situation. But like Virat Kohli in the Indian cricket team, you would want somebody to stabilize the innings and build partnerships. Steve Smith could probably do that. And remember, he's worked hard on his T20 game in the last couple of seasons, although he didn't get a team in IPL 2022 and he could not play the Big Bash League because of some bio-bubble protocols and because of state association demands. So Steve Smith could be your anchor, because remember, who do you have as the buffer? You may have Wade, Mitchell Marsh, Tim David, Glenn Maxwell. Where do you fit Tim David? That will be Australia's major problem. Aaron Finch is not in form, but as a leader, he's been spot on. One hopes that if Finch comes back, then it's a bonus for Australia. Australia's only logistical issue will be where to fit Tim David. That will be the key. Otherwise, Josh Hazlewood, Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins, Adam Zampa, Ashton Agar. It's an absolutely potent bowling lineup. Plus, you have Wade. What more do you want? Mitchell Marsh, remember, there are some injury concerns over him. That is why he is resting for the final ODI against Zimbabwe in Townsville. So Mitchell Marsh's availability will be the key. So Australia become the first team to announce their T20 World Cup squad. One hopes that the other teams also announce it in the coming days. We at Sports Today will bring you all the latest analysis of the T20 World Cup squads as and when they come. Thank you so much for listening to this live, folks. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Press the like, comment and share button. Don't forget to tap the bell icon so that you know when we go live. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to check out the SportsTak English website, and also don't forget to download the SportsTak app. Thank you. Bye-bye.